Codex is way too woke. That is so opinionated. Jesus Christ. I mean, well, how can you read into their intention that deeply? Such a big thing to say. If you want to feel productive, go use Cloud Code, but you're not really productive and you're kind of a loser. Okay, so I found this video and I thought it just dropped. I think it just dropped a few hours ago, right? Come on, 13 hours. Okay. I'm going to be a dick first. I know I'm not first, but you know, fuck 'em. Because I think that's hilarious. An honest comparison, a very biased opinion. You forgot to include T3 code and Obsidian. People really like T3 code. I haven't used it, but people really like it a lot. I like the gamification, to be honest. In Japan, the usage of Cloud Code Desktop is significantly higher than the CLI. I don't know why people don't like the CLI. I like the CLI. I think most people don't read any of the code anymore. I think maybe I'm behind. Yeah, I'm definitely behind. Dude, if you don't read the code anymore, you're behind. It's wild. That's where we are now. Like if you actually read the code, you're behind, dude. Like you're so behind. You should not be reading any of the code. You should be submitting and accepting. Push, 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 baby. Okay, so I usually watch videos on like 2 or 2.5 speed. I don't know if that's valuable or if that's bothersome to people, but I'm just gonna watch it on 2.5 speed because I'm not gonna. Like it's 37 minutes long. I'm not gonna watch this on like 1x speed. That's absurd. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna go to 3.
I'm going to do our absolute best to present as unbiased as possible. Because again, the goal here is trying to convince you to switch to a tool. It's trying to help you understand what tools are meant to be built for and who they may be used by.
Who are they used for? What are their intent uses? Claude code. I'm guessing he's going to say there are for people who are just sycophantic about Claude and it's no longer the best tool. Codex might be the most presentable for people who are not doing specifically engineering work. So it's maybe got a better like GUI. You can do more tasks that are not associated with like engineering tasks. Maybe it's better suited for that, for like consumer tasks or white collar work that's not engineering, perhaps. I mean, I don't know. Cursor, I don't know exactly who Cursor is for. I mean, people really love the composer model. I guess it's, even with Claude Code, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe Cursor's for people who still want the IDE sort of feel, right? And I don't want to say it, but I am a NeoVim user, right? So oh god, I know. I'm better than you. I am better than you. Can I see is the other screen available? Is the other screen available? 1 second. Okay. Oh my god, I have to like sit up for this camera to be present correctly. Okay, don't zoom in that far. God damn it. I'm better than you. Bruh. That didn't hit. That was not funny. That was like rude. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Continuing forward. All right, so that's an ad read. Congratulations on the WAP. Yeah, is this a thing that I feel like you've said this a few times? It is quite elegant. Pasting images is like super easy in Cloud Code. I don't get that. It's like drag and drop. Are you not? It depends, I guess, maybe what terminal you're using. I use Westterm, but if you're using maybe like Ghosty, it's not as easy. But I feel like Ghosty would be easier, right? If you're on Mac, I don't know. Maybe there's some terminals where it's not that easy. I don't know, but to me, it's like super easy. I don't get that.
One of those things I love is because the hook system wasn't fully implemented. I would say the moment of no return, like the oh shit moment for Cloud Code, was definitely open source 5 came out at the end of last year. That jump in multi-ability made it much more compelling to give a model access to everything through terminal.
That was like a step function change. That was like it was the best model in the market, better than everyone else by a mile. Like it's so far ahead of everyone else. I remember that. I remember it was like maybe I don't know exactly when it dropped. I think it dropped somewhere in November. I remember I just went through like a deep AI psychosis, dude. Like my commits just went through the roof. My contributions were like so high in my personal projects. Like I was not sleeping for a while, and now I'm kind of back to that state where I'm just like not sleeping and I'm just coding a whole lot more, even though I am taking time for like personal health and stuff like that. But there was a period there where it was just like no sleeping, just grinding away at the keyboard, trying to maximize shareholder value. And what you might be asking, do you have shareholders? I don't, right? It's a solo project, but I like to imagine that I have shareholders because then it makes me feel like I'm doing real work. That's what I like to think. You have to like imagine the things that you want. I suck as a creator. I don't know what I'm saying, and it's not coming across well. That's what I feel. I'm not sure if it's actually coming across or not coming across. There's like zero confidence on my end. Day 2 or day 1. This is still day 1, technically, of trying to start this thing, but let's see.
A lot of the improvements they're trying to make Cloud Code are finding new ways to burn tokens to potentially solve work and do it more in cooler ways, but also, let's do look really cool for screenshots and demo. This is also why, in my opinion, it much less.
That is so opinionated. Jesus Christ. I mean, well, how can you read into their intention that deeply? Maybe they just burn tokens because they feel like that's the best way to solve the problem. Jesus Christ, that's highly opinionated. God damn, dude. It's like, can you see into the psyche of their decision making? That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
Stop after fully underestimated. This is also why things like code aren't interesting to them, and why you're not letting us program call the Cloud Code CLI anymore without charging you money. They want you to MCLI using their features, hacking their experience, and they also want you to build integrations into Cloud Code itself. Because if you code provide.
So I remember seeing this on the timeline. It's like, I think it's like, it's not easy, or I guess they are trying to thwart off malicious actors because they don't have the, at least at the time, maybe now with Colossus things have changed, but at the time they didn't have enough compute available. So they're like, these sources that we did not engineer ourselves, with these harnesses that we did not engineer, that perhaps are not making use of the cache that we've defined appropriately, we don't want these malicious actors to make use of our infrastructure. But this seems a little bit personal. This is like, they didn't let me do what I wanted, and now I'm upset. Okay. I mean, that's one way to go about it.
You process the company. They are thinking about what does the tweet look like before you build the feature. Meanwhile, compare that to the official OpenAI developer, which is posted to code database now. This tweet did way fewer numbers, 8.2 megabytes. Code's anywhere near all the time. Now you're constantly being locked codes to use the computer. This feature is not very flashy. This feature is inside of the settings computer use section in Codex. You go hit this switch.
So just because it has less views, it speaks to their intent more clearly. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that.
Why is it doing it through fucking Safari? I fucking hate it, man. This is so bad. I've been managing to have one pass on the in-app Safari. It doesn't work with my passkey through one pass. This is
Theo's funny.
It was so much more happening. You have the fancy animations with text here, you have the token number bouncing all the time, counter, the super flashy different shaped star there. That saves when it's done, by the way, because there's no touch. It's just a lot. It took so much effort for you to get the project.
So again, it's like the animations are, I don't get the hate. It's like these animations make you feel like you're doing work even though you're not doing work. What's the problem with a nice little animation? It's like a nice to have sort of thing. It's like, imagine Instacart just took away all the little zassy little things that pop up. It's like a nice feeling. It's like, what a nice little experience, dude. This is hate. This is like extreme hate. This is like someone gargled down like a liter of hate, bro. This is insane. This is such, jeez. I think he might be invested in OpenAI. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why. Maybe he has an investment in OpenAI that we don't know about, or I don't know about.
Line by line, word by word, in a way that feels very like visually engaging. That's design. They do all this to feel as exciting as possible. But the last thing about the
I think everything is just pointing to the fact that one company uses more tokens and maybe their outputs are better, or at least they have been for a while. I think for like 3 generations of models, like the consensus was that Cloud Code models are better. Maybe that has shifted. Maybe they need to, redefine their underlying position and their strategy. But so far, everything he's pointing to is effectively just UI, like things that he doesn't like. This thing comes and streams data in this way with this sort of UI. This thing is like popping like a little bit like this. I mean, if you really try to deconstruct his argument from first principles, it's like there really isn't one. It's like UI little things that he doesn't like. I don't like this at all. This is a bad take, I think.
So the fact that it is not really aware of results because it correctly just kind of sucks. Codex was trying hard to get into cloud environments, but it seems like it's become much lower priority. The easiest example is in the Codex section.
Also, why do you care about token usage at all? Like, why does that matter? If you're using like the $200 Cloud Code subscription, the chances that you hit the max are highly unlikely. Same is true for Codex, right? I mean, I'm sure you probably can spend more with Codex, but the chance that you hit their limits either way is like highly unlikely. So it's like, who cares if they spend 10 times more tokens? It's their infra, right? It's their inference. Who really cares? I don't get that. Wow, I don't like this.
Here's kind of stuff. There's something legitimately magical about being in Slack. Someone brings up a problem with the product. You ask the person, say, hey, you spend anything to fix this? And it responds in the thread with a video of the fix it applied, showing you that it worked. This is so far ahead of anything that Cloud Code can do. It's insane. Another way of thinking about it.
To be honest, I did not know that was possible. I want to rewind that. That's remarkable. I want to try that. Whoa.
It's incredibly good stuff. There are so many use cases where one computer is loading because one computer can only do one thing when your computer's using it. And if it's not on, right now, or things can't do it all. Here's kind of stuff. And there's something legitimately magical about being in Slack. Someone brings up a problem with the product.
Oh my god, how expensive is this? That looks awesome.
On where the models will be in a few months. Also, where the models are using ours. They're all using us. They're running models things matter less. Cursor is getting way out in the future. Where we're not using our gear at all. We are just triggering them through whatever tool we want. And proof it. So a lot of the way we're using isn't us. We don't have that. They have a constant available with a bunch of tools and features that we don't have access to. This is why we end up really embarrassing things like system prompts at the beginning. Because the system prompts that they use is permanently different from the beginning. If you took the old version of Cloud Code from the end of last year and tried to use it for 7 minutes, you're not actually Cloud Code fixes a lot of things, especially that performance. You get working. It probably still be working. Models are like So we're back to the now. And they're doing it by doing a shitload of cool looking features and trying to make moments happen with Cloud Code. They're trying really hard to seem like they're making a lot of progress. And to be frank, they're getting away with it. It's working.
I mean, are you confusing improvement with quality? Like maybe the Codex models have like improved, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily better. I mean, I think I've used both models. They're fine. I mean, if you're doing anything like serious or important that you're going to ship, maybe that isn't available to open source scrutiny. You probably want to review it yourself anyway, right? I mean, I hope we're still in that state. I mean, I don't know to what extent that we are, but I hope that you're still, it's something that you're going to ship. You fully understand the code and you're going to ship it. So you probably still want to review it. And even in those cases, I'm like, I don't know. To me, they're kind of the same.
If you hate coding, you want to feel more fun to do it. You want to feel good and you're productive the whole time. Cloud Code's actually very good at that. If you need help staying motivated, go on Cloud Code.
That such a dick thing to say. If you want to feel productive, go use Cloud Code, but you're not really productive and you're kind of a loser.
Never would have predicted that first video AI do a whole. It's also a solution set for your team, so not people can fit things on the side. It's really enterprise-ready, end-to-end solution. Highly recommend you have it so cool. So to simplify, Cloud Code for unmotivated devs or bad devs that want to be productive. Codex for
Wait, I want to get this slow-mo. I want to get this fully right. Let's go 1.0 for the first time.
solution. Highly recommend trying it if you haven't. The cloud stuff is so cool. So to simplify, Cloud Code for unmotivated devs that want to feel like they're productive.
Jeez.
Skeptical Matt. And if you're asking about Pi, you don't need this video in the first place. Go play with the cool, fun things. Hopefully this helps you.
Yeah, that's true.
When I tried to treat Codex like Cloud Code, I didn't like it as much. When I let it do its thing more, I ended up really liking it.
What does that mean semantically? Like,
It's a very strange video for me to make, but I hope that it is as useful as I wanted it to be.
oh, that's hilarious. Oh, okay, I gotta read some of these replies. Thank you for not. Thanks for including the Copilot CLI. You did not mention that at all, right? Yeah, no. Okay. Not my usual video counter. All right, I think we read some of these. Too sponsored. Jeez. At this point, you should just make an alias we can change each time Anthropic doxes you. You're just casually ignoring GitHub Copilot. Yeah, this is funny. Like, this is the enterprise solution. Every enterprise is just using GitHub Copilot because it's secure. It, taps into their pre-existing integrations. It's like fairly simplistic to add. You get all the models under the hood. It's not like the major model providers subsidize enterprises, so it doesn't really matter in terms of cost. They just fuck the cost over anyway. Cursor's team plan is a ripoff, $40 per user with only $20 included usage. Even Anthropic doesn't do that. See, this is my fear. What about Augment Code? I think that's dead now, which is sad. I really enjoyed it like a few years ago. To be honest, I wasn't really on that hype train, but I was a fan of like some of the engineers there. I listened to a few of their talks. Output tokens have little impact on the cost of using LLM, less than 1% of total tokens. Mainly affects speed. Stop repeating the myth that more concise models are cheaper. See, I didn't know that, and I don't know if I can trust that response, but even then, to me, that doesn't make a difference. Why do I care? It's subsidized. I'm never going to hit the limit. I don't agree that saying Claude is token maxing. Yes, these are very cost effective. I found that Claude Max 5x to be far higher than Claude Light. Literally want to despite the bullshit 5x promotion, Code is around right now. Blah, 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 blah. I spent 2 days trying to figure out why my Claude app crashed on launch. Turns out the folder with sessions had grown too big to be loaded into memory. Much is just really, really bad code. Okay. It does feel like after the leak, though, it's fairly clear that perhaps like the Codex app is probably written on better grounding in terms of their code. Like it feels like they're probably using AI to generate a lot of their code, but it feels more supervised. It feels like Boris is just accepting, like he's just accept, and it's gotten really quite messy. His hairline is a recession indicator? No way. No, his hairline's fine. He has gray hair. Yeah. First of all, you're kind of a dick. Where's that? Can I find that? Hair. Yeah. Fuck you. His hairline's fantastic. Next ad growth build. Can someone summarize and give me which one? Codex is way too woke. Literally the only model I can't use. Every other provider is fine. Codex is really limited. Okay. I use ChatGPT. Elite. Hosted an event on self-improving software. 40 founders. I think 35-40 had left Claude because they felt like it was dumb. This is like hive mind shit. Like they're effectively the same fucking thing, dude. I don't get this. It's like at this point they've sort of reached our like asymptotic state. They're all just kind of coalescing into one simple thing. It's really outside of like their max settings within like plan mode, where some I think do a little bit better than others. It's like this just doesn't make any sense to me. Seriously, like the quality of code is effectively the same. You're probably gonna want to review the code, at least for things that matter to you, right? But yeah, Pi. I tried Pi for like 2 seconds and I realized I had to put in a lot of work for it to be like what I want it to be, and I don't care that much. Well, that was that. Cool video. Still a big fan. Dude, no way. First. Elite. Alright, cool. Peace out, folks. Video number 2, or whatever this video gets published as. God damn it, I never updated my title. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll stop there. Peace out, folks.